I need you to trust me. One last time.
Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning is the 8th film in the Mission Impossible franchise. And this time, continuing the story from Dead Reckoning Part 1, which was later changed just to Dead Reckoning to call this the Final Reckoning. The story here is about the entity, which is Skynet, and it wants to take over the world, and wants to blow up the world, and wants to kill all humans and have only the strong survive. And Ethan Hunt is the only man who can save the planet. Now at this point, you should know what to expect with these Mission Impossible movies. Some are better than others, and I feel like with this one, The Final Reckoning, it is just as good, if not better, than some of the other Mission Impossible movies. I actually enjoyed The Final Reckoning more so than Dead Reckoning because at this point, all the scenarios are the same. We meet the team, they have their mission briefing, they come up with their plan, they think of all the alternative outcomes that could happen to disrupt their plan, and normally 9 times out of 10, Ethan Hunt has to come up with alternative means to reach his end goal. And with this movie, The Final Reckoning, I feel like the stakes are just as high because there are scenes in this film whereas Ethan Hunt, the character, I would say, you know what, the world is ending, I'm not going on that mission, I'm sorry. And as a stunt performer with Tom Cruise, there are stunts that he does in this film that are so wild and crazy that I am surprised that he is even performing these stunts at his age. And the stunts, that's what you're here for. Now for me personally, I prefer Rogue Nation for the stunt show because, I mean, you got what? The opera sequence is mwah, and then you got the underwater sequence, which is mwah, and then you got the car chase leading into the motorbike sequence, which is mwah, and then you got that opening scene, which is really, really good.
Our lives are the sum of our choices. This was your calling.
For me, The Final Reckoning had more emotion, more so than any other Mission Impossible movie for me. I cried multiple times watching The Final Reckoning. I did not expect to cry watching a Mission Impossible movie.
My emotions! My emotions!
They got me, man. The suspense. There were moments in this film where I was on the edge of my seat and I was like, how is Ethan Hunt gonna get out of this situation? And we know the gimmick by now. Ethan Hunt's always gonna survive. There are just moments in time where he has to come up with alternative means to accomplish his mission. And they get you so emotionally invested to the point where you may think he's going to die, but you and I both know he is not going to die. As a fan of the Mission Impossible franchise, I am happy to say that The Final Reckoning brings the franchise together, even though I could have done without some of those flashback sequences that had to use previous film footage to illustrate its point. I'm a fan of this franchise because I even acknowledged and recognized the fact that they mentioned Tom Cruise's hair, because when you watch these movies, first one, Tom Cruise had short hair, second one, he had long hair, third one, he had short hair, and it constantly switches throughout the film. So even Tom Cruise's hair plays a factor in this franchise, which is awesome. Ultimately, you're here to have fun, and that's what I had. I had fun. I hope you had fun. I hope everybody had fun. This is better than Dead Reckoning in my opinion. I was on the edge of my seat from beginning to end. I did not feel the runtime, it flew by. I had a great time with Mission Impossible Dead. Well, I call it Dead Reckoning. See, it's confusing. No, it's not. It's The Final Reckoning. I had a fun time with Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning. That's all I have to say.
Oh my god! What? That was awesome! No bullshit.